Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all having an amazing day so far. This is Justin from the Path to Life channel coming to you with some interesting news. While Americans have been sleeping, our military, which is just a number of private contractors, has been up to some pretty suspicious stuff. Some of you are aware of most of it, but this might come as news to others. In the recent decades, several whistleblowers have been silenced and even blatantly murdered for exposing top-secret projects that they themselves were involved with. I think it's important for the American people to at least be aware of this stuff, so it doesn't all come as a huge surprise whenever it all goes public. Deep underground military bases. Phil Schneider used to work for the government and was involved in the construction of these secret deep underground military bases. In talks given in 1995, he said that there were 129 active secret deep underground military bases in the United States and 2 more under construction. He confirmed at that time that there existed a minimum of 2 underground bases in each state. Phil also mentioned that there were more than 1,500 bases worldwide. In 2001, Stuart Swerdlow reported in his Los Angeles talk that there were 133 active bases in the United States. Phil also revealed that 62 of those 129 secret bases were being used as housing facilities for various alien groups that the government had made treaties and agreements with. The rest were being used by military and civilians for biological, chemical, and mind control development. Phil mentioned in his last lecture in Seattle, Washington on September 24, 1995, that he was publishing a book that would expose these government secrets and identify the location of every underground base in America, as he felt the American public were entitled to know what their government was doing with their money and keeping secret from them. When he was found murdered in Oregon early January 1996, all of his records, alien artifacts, journals, and his book manuscripts were missing. Since then, the number of secret deep underground military bases has grown to include nearly 10,000 globally. These all belong to the US military. Even just last week, there was criticism about the number of secret underground bases as the military is training in subterranean warfare. Could this have anything to do with the strange sounds being captured all over the world? There are many things that you could call strange about the work that's done in these underground military bases. Mind control, programming people, psychological testing, genetic experiments, the creation of classified species, virtual reality scenarios including staged alien abductions. They have been quietly preparing for something very major. Take a look at the doors, which are located miles beneath the surface, to get an idea of what they must be expecting. They have an advanced transportation system joining the underground installations that is able to reach speeds in excess of Mach 1. There are basically massive underground cities that are all connected by a huge network of tunnels. They've been stocking these bases with massive amounts of food and supplies, and have even developed the means to grow crops underground. Project Bluebeam. Chris and Janet Morris are experts in non-lethal weapons technology. They're consultants to the Defense Department, CIA, NSA, and other world-renowned think tanks. They've disclosed in public interviews that the technology necessary to make lifelike 3D holographic images appear in space already exists and is already being utilized by the military in secret experiments. The correct research will reveal that the US has been working to stage an alien invasion since the 1930s. You're most likely all aware of the increasing reports and sightings of unidentified aircraft and other unexplainable phenomena in the sky all around the world. Since I became aware of Project Bluebeam in 2008, there's been much speculation about the nature of these sightings. There's a popular theory that the world governments are collaborating to stage a fake alien invasion or some kind of large-scale event in order to truly convince people that we're being attacked or invaded by an extraterrestrial enemy. This would be, of course, to unite the planet under a system of global governance to combat a common enemy. Some people see this plan as the agenda for the New World Order to institute its one world government to further enslave the masses, and they say the Project Bluebeam will help them deceive the world.
The technology necessary to project three-dimensional images to a point in space requires no new breakthroughs in science. We have the technology now.
Overall, the non-lethal weapons development program is aimed at giving our military options between talking and shooting.
The specific system development, we really can't talk about.
But the Morrises did talk in general about secret military experiments with lifelike 3D projections in the sky called holograms.
Holograms on a battlefield would be to divert the attention of the enemy, to deliver propaganda or something very frightening to make the enemy run away if you think that he will believe that what you're sending is really an angel, a devil, a UFO.
And where could this type of weaponry be tested? Perhaps not coincidentally, along the US-Mexico border at the Army's electronic proving ground in Fort Huachuca, Arizona.
Keep in mind that test facilities like Fort Huachuca in Arizona are electrical optical test beds, and part of what they're testing are the effects of these electro-optical devices on a target population.
And the target population may be us.
America has to test American equipment in America.
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Electromagnetic mind control. Electromagnetic manipulation of certain parts of the brain can make the subject susceptible to suggestion from external sources. Dr. Michael Persinger was an American-Canadian professor of psychology at Laurentian University, a position he held from 1971 until his death in 2018. He used calculated doses of radiation to induce relaxation and alleviate pain. He said, similarly, using the appropriate fields, we can induce a state of fear and apprehension, but clearly that would be unethical and unsettling. His test suggests that carefully programmed electromagnetic frequencies can tap into individual brains and influence people's emotions. The common processes of the brain are really quite simple, and if you understand how they work, you can make an entire population think and decide in a manner in which you wish. These EMF waves can be transmitted via television, satellites, or radio transmitters. Mass mind control is certainly already happening. These are all examples of the undisclosed projects that American taxpayer money is being spent on. This is the product of a government and a military that has misinformed the American public and taken advantage of our ignorance. I hope this encourages you to take a closer look at government spending and educate yourself on more examples of undisclosed projects that American taxpayers are funding. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment and tell me where you'd like to see some of that money being applied. Hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also, subscribe to my channel and get updates when I make new uploads. Together, we are the 99%. Peace.